Hi everyone, how are you guys doing today? My name is Solomon Kung and I'm a recruitment specialist here at North Central Texas College. Today we're going to talk about career technical education at NCTC, also known as CTE programs. We're also going to talk about associate's degree programs, and lastly we're going to talk about what NCTC could offer you when it comes to programs and services for our disability students. With that being said, let's get that started. So the very first thing that I want to show you guys is a couple facts about NCTC. NCTC is the oldest continually operated public two-year college in Texas. Almost 11,000 students enrolled at our six campuses and online courses. Flexible class schedules including daytime, evening, and weekend. What that means is that a lot of students could be working full-time job during the day and they can only take night classes. Sometimes maybe they could only take weekend classes, and sometimes maybe they could only take online classes since they're not able to travel to a campus. Different circumstances there are. With that being said, we try our best to provide all kinds of education and all kinds of opportunity to students in need. We offer programs for all ages and education level. What that means is that regardless if you are a high school graduate, a transfer student, or just wanting to take some GED courses or ESL, we will be here for you to help you with any course you need. We have 60 plus certificates and degree programs available. And lastly, all of our instructors that are teaching courses have a master's degree or higher. But when it comes to our CTE students, it'll be that a lot of instructors will already be in the field for multiple years. So they know the culture, they know how to work, they know how to do a lot of different stuff. So they're able to directly teach you in order for you to be ready whenever you graduate and go into the field. And then let's talk about some campuses that we have. Like I said at the first page of the presentation, we have six different campuses. This is our Gainesville campus. One of the fun facts about our Gainesville campus is that our Gainesville campus has the Health Science Center. If any students are interested in taking any courses such as nursing, radiology technology, surgical technology, this could be a great opportunity for you guys. They have the simulation dolls that are in the health science center where they could talk, they could express emotions, they could even birth a baby. I know that's crazy. And like the health science center, we have different facilities that mimics the floor. What that means is that whenever you are learning your courses there and doing different practices, is going to look very similar to where you will be actually working. So for our nursing student, it's going to look like a hospital floor. For our cosmetology students, it's going to look like a salon. For our welding industrial students, it's going to look like the factory. So there's going to be different things that we could probably offer for you. And during this presentation, I want you to kind of figure out what you really want to do and kind of understand what could be your next step. This is our Corinth campus. Our Corinth campus have the one really cool thing about our Corinth campus is the emergency services program. So fire science, EMT, and then all the computer programs are also available at the campus as well. So such thing as database management, cybersecurity, which we'll go into in just in a second. Our Flower Mound campus and our Corinth campus is very similar, but one cool thing about the Flower Mound and Corinth campus compared to the other campuses, we have this shuttle bus right here. So you guys see my cursor. That shuttle bus goes back and forth from Corinth campus to the Flower Mound campus. So even if certain course is not offered at a Flower Mound campus, you can always travel to the Corinth campus to get that information. And then we're going to talk about Bowie campus. Our Bowie campus and our Graham campus are also going to feature our industrial programs, and all campus in general will offer regular English, science, math, all those basic courses or core courses we call them. And then this is our brand new downtown Dayton campus. Our downtown Dayton campus will unfortunately only specialize in credit courses, so the 2-year associate's degree programs. And the unique thing about this campus that is going to be a 8-week course program. So whenever you usually take courses, it goes from August to December, January to May. But what we will do is we're going to go ahead and divide up these courses. So usually, generally, a lot of students take about 5 courses per semester. But what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 or 3 in the first 8 weeks, and then 2 or 3 on the second 8 weeks. In that case, as a total one semester, you'll be getting the exact same amount of courses, but you will be focusing on lower classes amount and shorter time at a time. So in that case, 2 classes for 8 weeks instead of 5 classes for almost 4 months. And then we're going to get into some CTE programs. So which pathway will you choose? So you see these pictures over here that these are all the possibilities that you could go into. We have welding, we have computer programs here, we have farm and ranch management, we have fire science, we have nursing. Um, and there's going to be multiple programs that we're going to introduce to you in a later segment where you get to kind of figure out each program a little bit. And at the end, I'm going to provide our contact information as well. So if you have any questions about any programs that we offer today, you can always email or text us. But we'll get into that in just a second. But first, why career and technical education? So, career and technical education courses prepare students for high demand careers with depth of learning that builds real world skills. So, there's a big difference between a CTE program and your generic 2-year program that you already know of. So, the CTE program will only be a 1-year program, and you don't need to take any SAT, ACT, or TSI. All we need is your application, which is through Apply Texas, and then we need your meningitis shot if you are under the age of 22. And that's usually the only thing we need. Depending on which program that you're going to go into, there will be testing in order for us to see how many students could be in the program. But most of our CTE program will just be the application and the shot record. If you look right here, this is something that I really like to see is the introduction is for you to learn these courses. The specialization is for you to understand which one you want to specialize in and go into that field. And the last one is certification. These certification will be accepted almost anywhere, but in the state of Texas, 100%. So in that case, you can go to these job interviews, and if they ask you for a certificate, you're able to provide them one. And then you're career ready, which means a lot of students that do CTE programs tend to graduate within about a year, and they get a job very quickly. The industry recognized credentials. So this is what I was just talking about when it comes to they're going to ask you to provide a certificate. The students develop an academic and industry specific skills that prepare them for related certification exams and help them earn the industry credentials employers are seeking. And students will experience active learning in the specific industry while receiving individualized attention and support. So this is what I said at the beginning of the presentation, but more in a fancier way. So students will experience active learning. So you go to these places that are very similar to where your work environment will be, and you're going to do exactly same thing as what you will be doing after you graduate from school. And is going to be individualized in the sense that there's going to be instructor that could teach you on a one-on-one setting rather than having a big classroom for you to understand. Let's go ahead and start with some of the programs that we offer here. So the very first one is agricultural programs. We have equine science. Equine science is going to be horse training, breeding, and management. And these are only offered at our Gainesville campuses, unfortunately. But if you are interested, let's go ahead and get that started. We also offer most of these programs that we offer here: equine science, farm and ranch management, horticulture. Most of it is going to be a dual. degree. What it means is that you're able to start as a certificate student, but if you decide to go on to be an associate's degree student, you can anytime at any moment do that. Um, but however, I do highly suggest that you start with the certificate just to figure out if you really want to go ahead and pursue that associate's degree or not is going to come to you later. Farm and ranch management is going to be about experimental farm is approximately 110 acres. So you're able to go ahead and experiment what might be the best practices, what you need to do at a different situation. And the farm is owned by the college. So you're able to go ahead and do whatever experiment or whatever assignments that you might need to do. You can do that. And lastly, we have the horticulture programs. The horticulture, we have the greenhouse and nursery. So whenever you go in there, is a little bit greenhouse with different flowers and different plants. You're able to actually plant them yourself and raise them, and you get to see the progress and understand which one of these agricultural programs you might be most interested in. Next, we're going to talk about the information technology programs. So these are all the information technology programs that we offer, cybersecurity, database management, computer information systems, and more. And these are all going to be offered at Flower Mound and Corinth only. We're going to get into two of these programs more in specific, the cybersecurity and database management, since it being the most popular programs. But if you guys, like I said, if you guys have any question about any of these 4 different programs, you can always shoot me an email or a message, and I could get you to the department so they can explain and what courses you might be interested in more in depth. The cybersecurity and database management. So, cybersecurity certificates and AAS degree program at NCTC offers students distinctly unique path. So, the cybersecurity program is going to offer such thing as Cisco and Oracle. Those are one of the industry recognized cybersecurity credentials that is used all around the United States. And when it comes to database management, you're going to learn different things about, social media accounts. A lot of people use Google Drive, and then a couple years ago, we used to use Dropbox. So those are all database management. And whenever you put your credit card information on the website and it kind of remembers it, those are all part of database management. And one of the biggest one being Amazon, we are going to offer you the AWS program as well. And then we have engineering technology. So the engineering technology program at NCTC offers hands-on instructions, and we're going to learn the CAD, the software like AutoCAD, Revit, Inventor. So you see in this screen right here, these are some of the programs that industry uses in order for them to do architecture or any kind of blue screen and things like that. And you'll be specializing in those fields in order for you to succeed. And we're going to talk about cosmetology. So cosmetology programs, we offer 4 different programs. Cosmetology certificate, which is a 1 year. Aesthetics certificate, which is also 1 year. But if you want to be an instructor, if you want to be a cosmetology instructor after you graduate with us, you can only take 6 more months and you can get your cosmetology instructor certificate in 1.5 years. And if you want to be a barber, so this is going to be a tricky part. So if you want to be a barber certificate, you need to have your original cosmetology certificate first, and then you're going to turn into your barber certificate. And this is only offered at our Gainesville campus. And then we got business programs, business management and business office technology. Both programs are offered at our Flower Mound and Corinth campus. And business management and business office technology, we're going to learn different things that a lot of corporations use in Dallas, in Plano, and these, big corporations, they use different programs in order for them to, communicate, in order for them to report different data and things like that. And you're going to specialize in those information so you can go ahead and effectively use them. And then we have our industrial technology program, welding, machining, and heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. So to get into more about this, the welding and HVAC is something that I'm going to talk about the most. But before that, I just wanted to remind you guys that these programs are offered at our Gainesville, Bowie, and Graham campus. So the welding, you guys already know. So welding is going to be, kind of working with aluminum, stainless steel, and the materials to kind of make different shapes and different structures. And most of these are going to be used at an oil field design and farming and ranching. And the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning is basically what it says. Is you're going to learn about heaters, air conditioners. Sometimes they work with big refrigerators that are used in restaurants and things like that. And machining is going to be something that you use a machine to make a different shape and adjusting and calibrating equipment to keep in a good working order. So basically, I feel like the very easiest example for me to provide for you is whenever you look at Facebook or YouTube, you see a lot of programs where they got a little circular metal and then the thing drops down and they make a different shape off of the little circular metal. And these are what basically machining is. Compared to HVAC and welding, machining is going to be utilizing most of it on a computer. So you're going to be typing what you want the machine to do rather than yourself doing it with your hands. So that is going to be the difference you might need to be aware of. And let's talk about some health science programs. So, Ally Health is something that I like to talk about. So, this is only offered at our Corinth campus at the time. Um, the CNA and phlebotomy technician program is the certified nursing aides is going to be basically they're going to be a assistant of the nurse. You work under the supervision of the nurse to deliver a high quality care to patients. The job requires long hours and many responsibility, but caring for patients on a daily basis provides some of the greatest rewards any profession could offer. So a lot of students, what I have seen so far do is they do either a CNA or an LVN. We're going to talk about that in just a second. When it comes to phlebotomy technician program, is going to be, blood collections, processing, and making sure that the specific blood banking programs and things like that. And this associate's degree in nursing and vocational nursing is something that I like to talk about later because when it comes to LVN is going to be same as a certificate, but the only difference is that I said at the beginning that some programs will make you take a test in order for you to be in the program. So that could be one of the programs that we need to worry about when it comes to testing. But we do offer different programs where you can go from an LVN, which is a certificate program, to ADN, which is an associate's degree program. So this could be a great opportunity for anybody that is wanting to start off as a certificate student, but that is wanting or willing to change up later on to be in an associate's degree program. LVN is offered at Gainesville, Bowie, Graham, Corinth, and online, and ADN is only offered at our Gainesville campus at the moment. Radiological technology. So, what is this? So, this is going to be a profession that uses an X-ray, CT scans, MRI. Those are the radiological technology. You could start off at our campus, and Midwestern State University has a partnership with us, so you're able to grab your 4-year degree later on if you would like to do so. Surgical technology. So this is going to be a 2-year program, and you're going to learn about which equipment in the surgery could be the best for our patients. So a lot of times when you watch medical dramas and TV shows, you see a lot of nurses or our surgical technologists giving the tools to our surgeons to work on. Um, that's going to be your main priority to make sure that it's clean, make sure that you know which, which equipment is what, since there's so many of them. Then we're going to talk about emergency medical services. So EMT is going to be the entry level certification, and then you can be a paramedic. That is going to be a 2-year program. But a lot of times students start with the EMT and then transition into the paramedics program. But both job is going to be mainly working in the ambulance, in the back of the ambulance, to make sure that the patient is safe and healthy until they get to the hospital. And we have fire science. Fire science is basically being a firefighter. Um, a lot of these programs offer different job opportunities outside of the DFW area, and this program at the moment is only offered at the Corinth campus. You can get your certificate in applied science as a continuum if you would like. Before we get into more about the different logistics of the campus, we're going to go ahead and go into the associate's degree program real quickly. So you're looking right here. We're going to go into associates of teaching. So a lot of teaching programs that we offer here is not going to be something that we can give you a teaching certificate right away. A lot of times that we could only give you a couple of courses that could transfer into a university, but most of the time you'll be taking your core classes and you will have to eventually go to the university to receive your teaching certificate. And these programs are offered at Gainesville, Flower Mound, Corinth, and Denton. And then we're going to go to criminal justice. So, criminal justice is another program that has a certificate and an AA program, which is Associate of Arts. Um, Criminal justice, you could work as a law enforcement, which is police officers, emergency administration, social work, and rehab studies. Um, a lot of times, students could just go ahead and get a 2 year degree and be a police officer, but slowly it's changing to be having a 4 year degree. And we have different programs around the Denton areas. So, like TW or UNT, we have different programs that partners up with us. So, if you want more information about that, please don't hesitate to contact me about it. The general studies. So this is the most popular one since a lot of students aren't 100% sure what they really want to do when they come to a community college right away. And then they decide to take a couple core classes and talk to different advisors and friends. And that's when they get to figure out which program might be the best for them. And they either choose a major there or they will just go ahead and finish their core programs and then transfer to a different university. We talked about career and technical. We talked about health science. Let's just go to when you complete your program. When you complete your program, don't forget to celebrate how far you have come. But before we celebrate talking about graduation, getting a job, we want to talk about why you should choose us. So, why NCTC? So, NCTC cost is significantly lower than if you went to a Texas public university. So if you look at InDistrict, I just want to talk to you guys about InDistrict real quick. So InDistrict is for anybody that lives in Cook County for at least 1 year. So if you have not done that for 1 year, everybody will be qualifying for this in-state if you're a Texas state resident. But if you look right here, the different price point between a public Texas university and an in-state and NCTC, you can see there's almost a 2 times more difference. And if you go to private universities, that's a lot more than even the public Texas university. A lot of times students are like, I don't have the money to go to college. I'm not sure how I can afford this. A lot of times we offer scholarships and financial aid. So if you look right here, we offer $875,000 in scholarship. And we also offer $24 million in financial aid. So as long as you apply, even if you don't think you're going to qualify, I highly suggest at least applying for both of these right here because you don't know what you will get at the end of the day. And then let's talk about some checklists that we have. So the checklist that I really like to talk about is that Apply Texas is going to be your program right here. And then financial aid and scholarships, definitely. If you are coming from if you are a high school graduate, you have to submit your high school transcript. If you are a transient or transfer student, you have to submit your college or university transcripts, very updated grades, and you're gonna have to complete TSI testing. TSI testing could definitely be exempt if you use SAT, ACT scores. So if you have those, you can always contact us and figure out if you do exempt or not. And we're going to need your meningitis shot record if you are under the age of 22. And we're going to have to register for classes, and you'll be good to go. Before I show you guys the contact information and then we finish up our presentation, I want to show you guys this website right here. So this is our disability services program at NCTC. You guys could see right here. So these are some of the services that we offer for a lot of students. So academic counseling and support, adaptive technology, audio, e-text, so you can have a audio textbook if you need it, career counseling, classroom interpreters, and we can always have electronic books, and we can have note takers, readers, and scribes. And we also have a physical accessibility in the sense that we have an elevator at our campus. You can choose preferential seating, so you can figure out wherever you want to sit. And we can always have testing accommodations. So one thing that you guys need to understand is that we don't offer modification anymore. We can only offer accommodations. So we could provide a separate classroom for you to take the test and things like that. But another really important thing is that if you look right here, a lot of times all the service are voluntary and must be requested by the students. So if you don't tell us what accommodations that you might need, we won't be able to help you with that. So make sure to understand that you need to contact us to let us know if you need any kind of accommodations or services. If you want to talk more about this and figure out what you really need to do or what other programs that could be provided for you, so these are our contact information. So if you're going to Corinth or Flower Mound campus, you can always contact Wayne right here. If you're going to Gainesville, Bowie, or Graham, you can talk to Yvonne or Mary. So these are the contact information, and you can always find it at our website. I know this has been a lot of information, and I hope this was something that I could provide for you to understand what is your future plans, what could you do, what are some other options. Like I said, if you have any question at any time, you can always contact us at bealion@nctc.edu. This is our email inbox. And you can or text me or call me at 972-866-7906. This is going to be my text number and a call number. So if you have any questions at any time, please don't hesitate to contact me or NCTC. Thank you for watching. And this was CTE and Associate's Degree presentation from NCTC.